Hello, hello, and welcome to today's episode of Saddest Night Out. My name is Roy, and I am the host of this daily podcast, which is primarily about music and creative culture in London. Quick heads up, my next live show is on Tuesday, the 20th of August at Road Trip and the Workshop on Old Street. Saddest Night Out Live number 3, Tuesday, 20th of August at Road Trip and the Workshop on Old Street. The guest on today's episode is actually one of the performers of that next show. I am speaking to Rose White and Jack. They were playing at the Half Moon in Putney, which is in West London, every Monday. I think almost every Monday at least. They have an event called New Moon, which is when they showcase some newer live acts. So they tend to have 5 acts. I think last night they had 4 because one of them cancelled. So we had Scott Beaton, that's the artist who cancelled, Mungo Parker, Rose White and Jack, Emmett Scanlon, and Joss Malcolmson. So on this episode, I am speaking to Rose White and Jack about how they met each other, how they came to London, and what they have in the near future music-wise. Enjoy this chat, and I'll catch up with you a bit more afterwards. We are in the beer garden on a rather sunny Monday evening. It's Monday, right?
It is Monday.
We're at the Half Moon in Putney, which I was here for the first time in March 2018, episode 51, I think. Check that out, listeners. But I'm here with 2 newcomers to the podcast. Would you kindly introduce yourselves to the listeners?
Hello, my name is Rose White.
And my name is Jack.
So, I first met the 2 of you together at one of my open mics. How long have you each individually been in London? Rose, I'll start with you.
So I moved here 2 years ago. Yeah, it was 2 years ago. I went to your open mics. The first one, I think it was like 5-6 months after I moved in. But with Jack, the first one was 7 months ago. January was, I think, yeah?
It was definitely... No, I think it was before... I think it was in December or November, something like that.
So end of 2018?
I remember it clearly because... I didn't have a job then, and I was like, eager to meet with you and play with you and other people we knew. So I met Rose through, other people you meet to play with to rehearse, and then one day we were gonna meet all together to rehearse, and then I don't remember what happened. So basically, one of the people who we're gonna meet. It just bailed on us, and we were there. It was like I guess it was a Tuesday or a Wednesday night, right? Because it was an open mic in the Reliance, and then you got the idea of going to the Reliance, and that's the first open mic we had. Yeah.
Wait, so how long did the 2 of you know each other before you played an open mic?
It was probably since November 2018.
2 weeks.
Right?
2 weeks.
So you knew each other 2 weeks?
Maybe.
Oh,
2-3 weeks. Because basically we met each other through Gumtree, and I applied. I heard there was a band playing, and I met Jack there, and we played few rehearsals. It was lovely, it was nice, but no one was really eager to go out and play with people. So then one night when they actually bailed on us, and we were like in the lobby in Google headquarters in King's Cross, like, okay, so we've been here for half an hour doing literally nothing. And it's like, there is this nice open mic in the Reliance in Old Street. It's like 3 stops away. So we checked it out, and we played around 10 p.m. at the very, very end. No audience, but he enjoyed it so much. That was the first time.
I think we played songs that we never rehearsed before. It was my first open mic ever as well. So it was like all very, unplanned, and it was really great. Very unexpected and really nice, yeah.
So, individually, before you came to London, where did you come here from, and were you making music before you came here? Jack, I'll start with you.
Okay. So, I've been here for over 3 years, and before that I was a couple of years living in Dublin, and then before that I was in Madrid, and I was in a few bands there, playing the bass. The reason why I played the bass is because basically it's really, I think the basses are very sought after, and I kind of liked, I'm a guitarist, but I kind of like the way McCartney plays the bass, so I bought a replica of his bass,
Nice.
and I started like I can't really do the slapping technique, or I'm not really a bass. I don't consider myself a bassist, but I could like follow the song. So that's why at some point I got like really several people asked me to join the bands to play with them. I ended up playing in 3 bands, so it was really, really crazy at the same time, and like recording stuff. So it was really great. Yeah.
So
but yeah,
why-
then I moved
why
to
London?
well, because of work mainly. We have to make a living. Sadly, not through music, but
So you came for work, and then while you were here, it was
exactly. Because otherwise, everything is like go to work, go home, or go to the pub, or it feels like you're not really doing anything creative or artistic. And it's just, I guess, if you play an instrument, it's like you want to do something like that. It's just almost you need to play just to get out there, and it's not enough with just playing by yourself at home. So just I reached out, and that's how I met Rose, and like she said, it's through Gumtree or something like that.
So Rose, what about you? Where did you come to London from, and were you making music before you came here?
So I'm Polish, 22, very young. And moved here 2 years ago, as I said, dropped out of uni. I was like, let's change something. Yes, let's drop out of uni.
Yeah, me too.
But basically, uni is just paper. No, I did not say it. But before, I took a lot of vocal lessons for like 5 years. I was taking vocal lessons, and usually teachers were part of bigger schools. So we were kind of doing that. That's what I really like. We were doing like once a year, twice a year, like a big concert with a full band in an amazing venue. But it was once or twice a year. And also in my uni, with my friends, we had a small band. But again, because our uni was quite, we were quite busy studying, and I didn't feel it that much, but my friends did. So that they didn't want to rehearse that much. Everything after all was the fact that I couldn't play as much as I wanted to. That's why I basically dropped out, booked a ticket, and moved to London to do more music. And that's what I'm doing right now.
Right.
Which is cool.
That is a bold move. I respect that a lot. So now that the two of you have found each other, and I do mean found each other in the truest sense, when I saw you at that open mic and the times I've seen you since, the chemistry is there. You are fantastic on stage together, and I don't mind joining you on the drum now and then as well. So what's happened since? Are you writing music together? Are you working on covers mostly? And I guess since we're here tonight, you're looking for shows because you are performing tonight. So what's on the agenda for Rose White and Jack these days? Either one of you can answer.
I guess it sort of comes naturally in us. Like we wrote one song, and it was in the most natural way. I think I sent her, like, I was playing at home once, and I just sent her like a demo of a bass, and then I guess she just got the idea. She just got inspired by that. So I guess it's a very natural process.
Basically that's true. I really agree. We do have chemistry, because I worked with I've been here 2 years, and I worked with other guitar players before. There was never such thing as I have with Jack, because even though we worked together, they might have been great in the technique and everything, but the skill of listening to each other and then feeling the vibe with each other, doing even covers in the same way, but like with our own twist. I couldn't do it with other people that well. With Jack, we have this thing that we can do this cover in the way we want it to do. So it's not like a cover you get from like a regular way. We just try to put our own twist on it. And we started writing, and I think mainly is a lack of time. And lack of time to just meet up in the studio, and just like, because we have a lot of great ideas in our hands, and I'm saying it now, and it will happen. We will do an EP together because we talked about it. We talked about it, and there is really, like, I know some great people who can produce it and some musicians who can take part in it, but the chemistry is there. So we wrote one song together, but it's a good song. We like this song, and we want to do more and more and more and more. And then in the future, maybe in 1 year time, just try to work and record a whole EP together. So there are ideas. There is just time that we need.
Okay. Yeah. So when you write, will you send each other ideas like emails or voice notes, or do you get together to write something?
So yeah, I guess it's a bit of both, but I know Rose needs her process is to have some introspection, and she needs to like get away and just write the words. But yeah, obviously at some point we need to bounce ideas and I guess we'll tell you in a year like how that works, because it's a process of self-discovery, right? Because we've known each other since 7 months really, and like she says, we're very busy with work and other stuff, so it's not as intense as often as it should be, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, this is still very early days for you both. It's only been a few months you've known each other. It's very promising that you feel it between you already, but there's still plenty of room for you to continue to grow. But it looks like you are hitting the road. You're playing some shows. You're getting proactive about it. So do you have any more shows coming up in the near future?
Yeah. So in August we are doing one show with you.
Oh, are you?
So we are great event. I'm not sure if you heard about it.
20th of August, right? So we are there, hitting it. So yeah, that's the show. I think we are really, really excited about it because it's you, and basically that's how we started on your open mic. So it's a great way to start, because we did some shows, but it was nothing big, and this is like a great way to start everything. And then we have one more show in August in a venue called Bubble Art House. It's also a very nice venue. We will have a 1 hour and a half slot there, which is a long time. But we are doing it for the second time with them, which is really, really lovely. And then honestly, the idea is to email as many places as it's possible. So basically email. I sent so many emails, and then out of 40 emails, just 2-3 places will just come back to you and just go and play with us. And that's what we're basically aiming for at the moment, just to text as many people as possible, meet as many people as possible, and then someone will come back to you, and we can do this one show that we can be fully prepared to, and and that's amazing.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
And at the moment, it's a mixture of originals and covers that you're performing at shows. And when time allows, you'll spend some more time together, work on more original stuff.
So basically, I guess we need to balance right now in between. What do we go to many open mics? Do we maybe get some time for ourselves and write songs? Also, the summer is always a difficult time. But yeah, I think that's the plan. I think we need more. I guess you need to figure out how to, as you're growing, you add more originals to your repertoire, and you start playing less covers. But of course, covers is also a very good way of attracting new listeners, because obviously it's more popular. So I don't really know how to do that. Maybe Rose has more ideas on how to manage that. But I guess at some point we need to add more and more originals.
Well, I think like the foundation of this performance duo is that there's a bit of a natural understanding between you of what works, and I think that will be your best asset going forward. You'll both have that natural instinct towards, okay, we need more original songs, or these covers are working, and as time goes on, as more shows happen, you'll naturally find your course towards a few more originals. The EP, which you've now said it, now it's on the podcast, so it has to happen. We'll be watching keenly. And then once you have maybe your first body of recorded work, you'll feel more confident about playing sets of just your own material. Maybe you'll find a more stable process for writing more material, and then the only way is up from there.
Oh yeah.
But for now, we shall head inside to check out some of the other people playing tonight. But Jack, Rose, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Roy.
I'll talk to you again soon.
Thank you, Roy.
That was lovely.
And that was that. Thank you very much to Rose White and Jack for joining me on this episode, for inviting me to your show last night. I mentioned during the episode, I just had a really strong sense of deja vu. I mentioned during our chat that I was at the Half Moon previously, and you can listen to that episode on episode 51, but it's actually episode 52 when I went there to see Nova Cub play at the New Moon event. I think that's March 2018 I was last there, and I spoke to Phil, the person responsible for New Moon. He wasn't there last night, but Phil, if you happen to listen to this, hello, sorry I missed you, and maybe we can catch up in the near future. There was an open mic, one of my Fridays, a while back, when I said from the stage, on the mic, that I have a podcast, and I had spoken to a bunch of people who were in the room, including Rose White and Jack. And Rose White very elegantly yelled back from the crowd, "No, you haven't. We haven't been on the podcast." And I've been having sleepless nights ever since. So I'm very glad that I could finally rectify that, and they have now joined me on the podcast, and I can't wait to play with them as well at my next live show, Tuesday 20th of August at Road Trip and the Workshop. You know what? I get a bit of a Stevie Nicks, Lindsey Buckingham vibe from Rose White and Jack. Jack is a fantastic guitar player, and Rose White has one hell of a voice. And there's, as I mentioned in our conversation, there's a real strong sense of chemistry between them, and the songs are fantastic. But you don't just have to take my word for it. This time, I can't remember the last time I've done this. I must have at some point, but I can't remember, but maybe I haven't. But I'm going to put a snippet of their live show at the end of this episode, because it's just that good. I do a lot of open mics. It's only recently dawned on me that I've been doing open mics for a little over 2 years now. Well, I've been attending them at least, hosting them for about a year and a half. So I've seen a lot of performers and heard a lot of songs. And when something sticks out, it's undeniable. It's a knee-jerk reaction. You don't have to convince yourself that, oh, I guess that's good. You just hear it and you just know. And I'm going to put a snippet of a song at the end of this episode that I remember first hearing at an open mic and feeling the way about it then that I do now, which is that this is a stone cold classic song. Thank you very much once again to Rose and to Jack. I'm going to be putting up 2 episodes today because from that lineup there was another name that I recognized, again from the open mics, and you'll have to listen to the next episode to see who that is. But for now, that's all from me. Thank you very much for listening. Do feel free to reach out. Let me know who I should be talking to or what you think I should be checking out. I can be reached at saddestnightout@gmail.com, on all social media at saddestnightout, all as one word. Now let me leave you with the music of Rose White and Jack. Till next time, take care.
Everything I had in my head. So it's like a metaphor of my life and everyone's life, but the whole life is captured in a train journey. So I actually wrote it when I was on the train, listening to Floyd, and the train was delayed, and I got late to every single thing that I had planned that day. And yeah, like this song just came out, and now it's there, and that's my first ever single. So I'm kind of excited about it. And because it's on the train, it's called Ride, and you can sing along when you catch it later. Yeah, cool. Somewhere, don't you suppose? Can you hear Floyd's in the back? Make it louder, feel it now. Just you and me. Have you ever felt more alive? Give me a smile. Stop with the crowd. you should enjoy. Get rid of the minds. Take a deep breath.